How's it going, guys? Seth Holocron here from the Dongers of Runeterra. Thank you so much for joining us here on YouTube for another Donger deck discussion. And this time I think I've come up with a deck for Lee Sin that is not all in on Lee Sin, but actually all in Lee Sin. So with a person who wants a ton of double spells, then why the hell's nobody running them with Karma? Like, really? Like, what the hell? Why? No, why? I don't get it. I don't get it. I think I've found his dream partner. I really do. I think this is the deck to put him up with. So let's... where the hell have I put the deck? Where have I put it? Where have I put it? Where have I put this? This is going to be fun. This is going to be fun. There we go. The Karma. Sounds like a 1970s Leon Karma cop show of some description, but definitely not. But it's very dangerous. And there are a couple of ones of in this deck, just to kind of get you started, which is the Gift Giver. We're also running one Hush, and I normally like to run two. And in this deck, where I really probably should be running where's the card that costs 5 that my brain won't allow me to... this. I'm not running any of this. At all. At all. I'm not running it. Because I don't think it needs it. Because if you get Karma Enlightened, the game's over. Just completely over. So we start with one Gift Giver and 3 Spacey Sketchers. Now, this gets you a gem that costs 1. Means you heal an ally 1, you grant it +1 power. It can't be cast in combat or in response to a spell. We're running one so that we can get one of these down. We're running 3 Spacey Sketchers because it will invoke a Celestial card that costs 3 or less. If you want to know what the Celestial cards are, go up in here, click the Celestials. So you're going to be able to get any of these. Any of these 8 cards. Reduce the cost of a card in hand by 1. The Serpent is a challenger, Silence a follower, Charger, Moonglow for +2, and Spell Shield. That one's a 4+ Overwhelm. When that's summoned, draw 1, stun 2 enemies, or an elusive 3/3. That's what you can get from the Spacey Sketcher. Now, here is why we're running through them. You don't drop them on turn 1 unless you absolutely have nothing else and a card that is just far too expensive to play. You want to be dropping these from around turn 3 or turn... Well, actually, probably after you've got Lee Sin down and at least a spell to kind of find something. But there are the spells in there that you can just drop. And if you just take the cheapest one, that gives them Challenger. Take it into the lowest powered unit and smack it away like crazy. Behold the Infinite. Burst spell, invoke. You can get anything, absolutely anything. You can get a dragon at 9/9, costing 9 mana, or you can get the 3 cost stun 2. Who knows? But you know it's a smorgasbord of invoking. You don't know what you're going to get, to be completely honest. But because it costs 2, all good. Remember, we're playing Karma. So after round 10, when she becomes Enlightened, that's what Enlightened is. I'm sure you guys know this by now. You're going to invoke twice. And then you just take the ones that are going to destroy the units that you want dead so Lee Sin can go mad. And because we're going to be doing an awful lot of double spells, we're running 2 eyes. Why not 3? I think running 3 is just a bad play in the meta at the minute. I think the 2 is enough. You know, you probably want to be dropping this on turn 2, so you want one of these. You probably want the Gift Giver round 1. You want an Eye of the Dragon round 1. You want something like a Behold the Infinite, and maybe, you know, because that gives you an ephemeral lifesteal 2/1 unit. every time you've done 2 spells. That's fantastic. Guiding Touch, heal an ally or your Nexus 2 so you can swing up and down on your seesaw. If you're getting a bit chinned by one of the Celestial kind of Ace-all decks, then maybe healing your Nexus 2 is good. However, if you've got Lee Sin down, it doesn't really matter. You can heal him. You're also going to draw a card. It's also burst. It can't be stopped. And if you're looking at all these things that we've got here, that is a burst spell, and that is a burst spell. Obviously, we're running 3 of these. And that seems to be the way of going in a Lee Sin deck. So since he's been dropped down to a 4 cost from the 6, he starts at a 3/4. You can get this guy flying, absolutely flying with lots of cards. Pale Cascade, if you drop it second, you get the Nightfall, which is draw 1. Even if you don't, it's a +2 power, +1 health. That makes him kind of horrible because, you know, where is he? There he is. Now he's a 5/5 for the round. That's just horrid, right? Much better to play this after you've maybe leveled him up with other cards, and we can do this as we keep going on through. So when things are flying towards you, really good thing, maybe Steel Tempest something that will stop a great deal when people are attacking. If you can then do something else, then you can put Lee Sin up and smack him anyway with a barrier. So the 2 spells. If you've already got your eye out, there's another 2/1 lifesteal on the next turn because the Steel Tempest is only stunning an attacking enemy. So you only play this on defense, which is kind of class. Can it brick your hand? Sometimes, but very rarely, because you can sometimes, if not always, play it in the very next turn. I have been running 2 Hushes a lot. I've went to 1 because I think there are far better cards that fit this deck better. But just to be able to go, no, I'm sorry, Anivia, you're not like doing all your stuff this round. No, I'm really sorry, Malachi, you're not getting another little sapling to come out. Sorry, Nocturne, you are not giving me a vulnerable. It's a unit. It can hit champions as well as everything else. Use it on something that is going to be very detrimental to your game state, because once you've used it, it's gone. My suggestion is if you can hold it off until you've got at least 6 mana, and you can do it twice and blow everything, blow it as much as you can, and it almost gives you a free round, to be fair. Now, this is one of the best cards in the deck, Mentor of the Stones. Support, so put this out first, put Tarek beside it. All of a sudden, Tarek has now, Lee Sin, good God. Lee Sin is now a 5/6. Just like that. So if you put him out on turn 3, put Lee Sin out turn 4, he becomes a 5/6. You may not even need your spells, because most things on turn 4 will not be doing 6 damage, because even Vengeance isn't really going to be there. So the only thing that you'd really be very worried about would be double Get Excited, 1 Thermal Beam for 6. There's a lot there, but if you have 1 thing in here at all that you can add to, like the gift from the gem from the gift giver or whatever, there are ways of keeping him alive when you put him down. Make sure you can keep him safe. He is your main win condition. So yeah, running 3 of these. Once it pops, you get 3 more gems. That then levels everything up. And if you can keep them again until Karma gets leveled up, which is only 6 turns later, and there's enough stuff here to stop all that, it's brilliant. Solari Priestess, fantastic. So let's go back into this again. And now we're getting the things that cost 3, 5, and 6. So, it's 4, 5, and 6. Traveler, invoke something. Draw a champion. Can be fantastic if you don't have your Lee Sin yet, because not only is it reduced by 1, so now he costs 3, he is now an automatic +2/+2 anyway, like he's just been Mentor of the Stoned, which is kind of class. 40 an enemy and 1 to another with Meteor Shower, a 5/5 Challenger, a 6 Obliterate, a Golden Sister, Silver Sister. You get both of these for the same cost. So there's a lot going on in there too. Yeah, so that's kind of cool and groovy. Lots of little spells. as well that cost like 4 and stuff like that. Probably the only time you're going to get the spell is if you haven't got Lee Sin, and that is a great way to not only buff them but get them out cheaper. Concussive Palm. Now, I would use at least one of these before Karma hits the board, because if she hits the board and you do this, you're going to get 2 Tails of the Dragon, which is the 3/2. You can also recall it back to turn it back into the Concussive Palm again. How cool and groovy is that? So if it's about to die and you have the 5 mana for Will of Ionia, that's brilliant. Now, that's fantastically good. So keep that in mind. It helps a great deal, because next time then you can Concussive Palm again, which is brilliant to get that unit back out. Lee Sin is just damn good. 8 spells, levels up. First time you cast a spell, it's Challenger. After that, it's Barrier. Keep going up and all that phenomenally good stuff indeed. Now, where the hell... Yeah, here we go. Starshaping. Invoke a Celestial card that costs 7 or more. We're running 2 of those. You heal an ally or your Nexus 5. Will of Ionia. Recall a unit, so that's really good. Again, with Concussive Palm. Or if Lee Sin's about to die, really handy. And just 2 Karmas, because I think this is absolutely fantastic. Now, you're probably wondering where a couple of cards are. And I may change this because I can't believe I haven't put this in the deck. Come on, where are you? Where are you? Hang on a second. I haven't put Zenith Blade in. Oh, no. How can I get Zenith Blade into this? You see, and you'd forgotten the card. That's a win condition right there. And the reason that's a win condition right there is because he's just too damn good not to have this. So we're running 3 Denies, Concussive Palm, Zenith Blades, Mentor the Stones. We could probably get away with getting rid of some of these. What can we drop? Do we need... We probably don't need 3. 2's probably enough. So we could drop 1 Deny. And 1 Mentor of the Stones. Yep. So, the reason we're going to run a couple of Zeniths, with all the gems that we're going to get, you see that do you know what? Let's take that off and put another one of these on. We need the gems. So we'll have 2 Steel Tempests. That'll get rid of something. Plus, it's quite cheap. Mentor of the Stones will give us a whole load of gems. If we get Lee Sin to 10, and then, as our first action, put down a Zenith Blade. So we only really need to get him to 9. Put this on, he becomes a 10. If he's leveled and does the Dragon Kick, he can do 20 damage all by himself, because the Dragon Kick goes into the queue. The Dragon Kick will then do 10 damage to the unit that you've hit by kicking it straight into the Nexus. Because it's kicked straight into the Nexus, the Overwhelm on the Zenith Blade allows him to continue on through. So, for instance, take something like the 3/3 Solitary Monk. He hits for 7, killing it. And even if they're at 20, he then does another 10 straight through. So from, you might be on 6 health left, I think this is a lot better. I can't believe I didn't put enough in. Now, 2's enough, because you will always play this first. You will actually hold on and do something else and drop something else until the next attack turn. This card has to be dropped first. Has to. Because not only is it a Daybreak card, if you play this card first, you draw another Zenith Blade, which is why I believe that a Zenith Blade here at 2 is the perfect amount. There's a lot of 2s in here, but we're doing an awful lot of spell giving. So this is my version of my Lee Sin deck with Karma. Because, you know, if you imagine getting, you know, a Pale Cascade twice, 2 Tales of the Dragons, 2 Denies, 2 Will of Ionias, 2 Zenith Blades. I think Karma and Lee Sin are made for each other. I truly do. I think they're absolutely fantastic. So that is the pinned comment put in there, which will be underneath this video. You will see Deckcode, that code underneath it, and then all our social media links at the Dongers of Runeterra. Thank you very much indeed for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this little Donger deck discussion on why I genuinely think that Lee Sin being, well, completely and utterly buffed to pieces is probably the best deck in the meta. Thanks for watching. Until the next one, take it easy. Dongers out.